Hi everyone, it's Shell from Scrap Secrets and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is bringing back an old series from my channel, Using Your Supplies, and I'll talk a little bit about the series more as we go through the video, but here's the card that we're going to create for today. I'm using some Hero Arts Circle Infinity dies as well as the Mama Elephant stamp set Circle of Friends. This piece of pattern paper is from It's a leftover piece from the card that I made the other day from Marie's and my challenge. It was sitting on my desk and I decided instead of putting it away, I was going to go ahead and use it because I didn't have a color theme in mind for this card, and I thought this would go nicely with all of the colors that I had picked. So I'm going to cut out the circle out of the middle of that piece of cardstock, and then we're going to take a white piece of cardstock and stamp out the images from this set. So this set is meant to be an interactive one. I'm sure that Mama Elephant has something similar to like the reveal wheel or something like that for these ones. I don't know. I have not been over to Mama Elephant's website in a while. I haven't bought anything from them in a couple of years. So that tells you how long that this has been sitting in my stash and I haven't used it. So shame on me. I'm trying to get better about that instead of just buying more. But I did decide to, I did go ahead and use this. So I knocked one off of my list of stamps and dies that I have to use. So I inked it up with some Lawn Fawn jet black ink, and then I picked out the birthday sentiment to go in between all of the characters in that little circle there. Just wanted to see how it would look best because it's not a perfect circle on the inside. I was originally going to cut it out and I was going to try to make it interactive, but I thought let's try doing something different. Because that's one of the other things that I like doing is that a lot of stamps and dies and things are made for one specific purpose, but I like trying to challenge myself to do something different with them. So I decided to make a card that wasn't interactive, but still kind of fit and looks like it belongs on the card. So I'm going through my inks right now, trying to figure out what ink would look best with the pattern paper that I have. So this Dusty Concord Distress Oxide looked the best. If you're going to stamp with an ink or an oxide, I prefer the oxides. I think they come out cleaner. I think the inks tend to have little splotches in the letters. They're not as solid of a stamp as the Distress Oxide. So now I'm going to go ahead and color all these images in. I did leave all of the coloring in, and you will be able to see, I believe, at least most of the colors. Again, not doing anything super fancy. Sometimes I laid down a light color, the lightest color first, and then went in with a darker color, added where that shadow would be or the darkest color would be, and then pulled it into the lightest color because this is a circle, and I figured that at some point, because they would technically be going around in a circle, I just made the light, like where the light would hit, be the center of all of the animals, if that even makes any sense. I'm not sure that it does. But you can see here that I'm just coloring. I use 2 to 3 colors, mostly 3, I believe, when I'm going ahead and coloring these animals in. But I thought I would talk to you about this series because it's one that I'm really glad that I'm getting back into. And it kind of happened by accident. I was going through my stamps to look for something specific the other day and couldn't find it. So I thought maybe I had it from another manufacturer. And I ended up looking at Mama Elephant and found several stamp sets of those that I haven't used yet. I haven't used anything on the stamp set. So a while ago, I had challenged myself to start with different companies, and I would write a list of all of the stamp sets that I hadn't used and try to work through that company or that manufacturer in a month's time. I was not good at it. So then I decided, because sometimes it felt like too repetitive and it wasn't giving me enough of a choice, I felt like kind of like trapped, like I had to work with those. And then I tried to do those mystery ones where I would put, a couple of themes, a couple of colors, a couple of techniques into a little bin and then pick them out and then choose something that I hadn't used and do that. I might go back to doing it that way. I kind of go back and forth with what I want to do on it. I don't think I need to do the whole series the exact same way because I think that would be a little bit boring, but I kind of like the idea of the mystery box. Marie and I did that, I think 2 challenges ago, and I really like doing that because, you get something different every single time, and, it challenges you to stretch your imagination and stretch your supplies and things like that. So anyway, all of that to just say that I have started up this series again. It won't be a super regular thing. I am traveling a lot this summer. There's a lot of stuff that's going on at work, and it's just crazy times. I feel like I always say that. I don't know that there is a time that's not crazy. Our really busy season is the last couple months of the year, but we're gearing up for that because my company is traditionally, we do, I would say 85% of our business in the last 4 months of the year. It becomes very, very challenging. So I'm going to do it as I have time. I'm not going to put pressure on myself. There's a couple other things that are going on, and if one of them, if they happen, then I'll talk to you guys about them. But I'm not trying to. I don't want to jinx anything. But I have a lot of things that I'm hopeful for over the next couple of months. So I just think this is a way that it will help me stay creative and using my supplies, because that's really my big problem, is that I buy things because I have all these ideas, but I don't have time to create them or create with them. Okay, so back to the card. This one was my least favorite, the little puppy dog. I feel bad. I wanted him to be a white dog with kind of a black ring around his eye, kind of what's it, Sparky from that gang. Oh my goodness. I can't even think of the He-Man Woman Haters Club, that movie. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I can't think of it. I just had it in my head and it just went out. But anyway, that I kind of wanted it to be like that, with the dog with the kind of a ring around his eye. It didn't really work out that way. So he's a lot darker than I originally envisioned him to be. But to go back and add a little bit of personality to the characters, I am going and putting on eyelashes on all of them. I just do 3 little flicks from the side of their eyeballs on each side. I also go back with a white gel pen and add a dot to their eyes and add 3 dots to their cheek over that little pink, little rosy spot that I put on all of their cheeks. Again, just to give them a little bit of texture, some personality. And I just think that I like to alter the images in a little bit of a way, kind of just to make it my own. So once I'm done going ahead and adding all of the detail onto those, I did end up cutting this cardstock down slightly because it's going to go behind that circle that we went ahead and cut out. When I was assembling the card, I noticed that there was a gap between the interior of the circle and each of the characters. So what I decided to do was take the circle that was the next size down from those infinity circles, in addition to the circle that I used to cut out that hole in the cardstock. I taped them together, and what this does is it creates a thin frame. If you wanted it to be a little bit thicker, you could have done 2 sizes down. You could make your own, or you don't have to do it at all. If you don't have nesting dies or infinity dies, what you can do is just take a black pen and extend the lines of the body down, color it in with whatever coloring medium you had used, and that will make it look seamless. So nobody will ever know that that is where the image actually ended. So I went ahead and ran that through my die cut machine on some sparkly purple paper that you can see off to the right-hand side. I used my Honeybee Bee Creative Glue to glue the critters into place. And then I'm going to use that same glue to add a little bit behind the frame that I just created and then pop that into place. And you'll never be able to see the white between the edge of the circle and where the animals ended. So once that's in place, I'm going to go ahead and glue that down to my A2 size card base, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. And that is the card for today. Pretty simple. The hardest part was the Copic coloring. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I will be doing more cards in this series. If there's anything that I've purchased recently that you've seen that I haven't used, feel free to leave it below and I will figure out a project to work on it. Or if you have a theme or a technique or something that you want to see me do, definitely leave that below in the comments and I will work on cards. I love taking suggestions. So that's the card for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comments or questions, leave them below, and I'll see you guys again real soon for another video. Bye!